going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Gunny and Brothers Entertainment. Oh, get away, Biggie. You know, I don't know if I'd call this episode entertainment. I'd call this one pure chaos, maybe. So as you seen in the title, the garage is destroyed. I think it's done for, guys. It's terrible. So I'll flip this camera around, give you guys a little walk around, and kind of show you what I'm dealing with here. But for the last week, 2 weeks maybe, about 2 weeks now, I've been working on getting the garage cleaned out and stuff moved to the barn, because this thing, it's a total loss. It still looks kind of messy, but I've gotten a lot done, and there's still a lot to do. So give you guys a walk around and show you what we got going on. So this is what we got to deal with here. Get real close up here for you. You know what that is? Can you see that, brother? Termites. It's a complete live infestation. They're every wall of the garage. They're all the way up here in the top plate of the garage, all the way up there in the walls, all the way there. I'm moving stuff around. I put a hole in the wall back there to see if they're back there, and guess what? They're back there. I've got a lot of stuff moved around out here, but you can take a little peek back here and guess what we got back here? You guessed it, termites. They're in the walls, the insulation. Ate through my pegboard. I climbed up on the roof and I didn't see anything up there. There's a Taco Bell cup up there. I didn't see anything like in the roof, but they're in all the walls. They're definitely in that wall over there. They're in the cabinets. They're all along the bench. I'm surprised that bench is still standing, honestly, because they are all along. Oh, I didn't want to show you guys this soon, but look at that. Those are the old the old wheels off the old Honda Odyssey. You guys know what we got on there now? I'm gonna make you wait. That's gonna be like the next part probably. So stay tuned for that. I got the toolboxes moved out of here. It's got stuff moved around. I've gotten a lot of stuff out of here. You can see the bike's not in here anymore. Lawnmower's gone. But yeah, they're all along. Climb my way back here. Now you can see, maybe, right there. They're there. They're in all of the cracks of the drywall behind the cabinets. They're back there. But if you look in the cracks, you can almost see all along the back of the bench right there. Same thing here. Back of the bench, in the cracks. I really don't want to touch this because I just showered, but that one's not too bad. But you can see them in there. So this thing really is just a complete mess. They're on all four walls of this garage. But the garage door, the garage door is fiberglass, so I'm not too. I don't think they're gonna eat the garage door, because they just eat wood. They eat like the soft composites of the wood, but still, got a lot of work to do. Now I have had a couple exterminators come out here and kind of give me a price on what it would cost to take care of all this. And unfortunately, it's just more than what I can afford right now. Work's kind of on the slow side, so it's not really going to be something I can take care of right now. But I'm just going to keep working on getting everything out of here. The first place I had come out, they quoted like $1,800, and they're going to put pods in the ground and then treat the live infestation. But I mean, really, to spray it, I got to get everything out of here. I got to get the drywall off, the insulation out. So I'm gonna have to get the Tahoe fixed. I'm gonna have to get it run a dump trailer, take everything to the dump that's in here that's trash. It's just gonna be like a money pit at this point. The other place I had quoted came out, and they quoted like $2,200 they're gonna do that and spray the backyard or the front yard or something for fleas, like do a flea infestation treatment. So I mean, I was kind of leaning towards that because I get really more for that deal. But the first year would have been like $2,200 for the termite treatment, and then the second year would have been like $500 or $600. So that's not bad, but it's just the $2,200 out of pocket right now. That's kind of the problem. I really can't afford that out of pocket right now. I've got that project going on, and I do have a barn, so it's not like I'm going to be out of work area. It's just going to be less convenient for a while. The lady that I bought my house from, I asked her about it, and she said that she had the house treated, so we're not worried about the house. And I have demoed rooms inside the house, so I'm not worried about anything inside the house because I've never seen anything in there. But that doesn't mean they can't spread in there. So I did get some termite spray and like sprayed along the perimeter of the house in the area that they could come in. Ooh, goodness gracious. So hopefully that kind of keeps them at bay. But since she had the house treated previously before the garage was built, I mean, and it makes it, you can definitely tell because them damn things came into the garage and they wrecked havoc. But I found them out that they were in here real bad because I was moving some stuff around a couple weeks ago. I lifted up a piece of wood off the ground and man, they were just eating that entire piece of wood. I had wood stacked up, you know, for a project I was working on, and man, they just devoured the entire bottom side of that thing. So that's how I found out. So I started putting wood up on a bench over there, thinking maybe it'd be safe, and then I came out here last week and seen there all along the edge of that bench. So that really just, it's like you can never win kind of thing. Like you always got something going on. So that's nice, I guess. So this garage is done for, I think. It's gonna be a complete tear down and rebuild. But even then, I gotta go talk to the city and see what the city's even gonna let me do. They might tell me that I can't do nothing with it. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of a liability because I feel like it could, like, you know, probably one solid gust of wind, we get a tornado or something through here, or blizzard, or, you know, any kind of strong gust of wind, this thing might just, you know, like collapse or something. Because these things have, I mean, they've ate that wood. Like this whole wall right here, that whole wall, if I tried hard enough, I'd kick that thing out. Because, I mean, that whole wall's loose. So, I don't know. It's a little stressful. So, my end goal here would be to tear it down and do like a pole barn style building. So I go a little bit longer. I'll probably have to go longer and taller. I probably couldn't go wider because it'd be too close to the house. But I would love to do a pole barn style building here. Maybe keep a bay door here and then a couple bay doors over on that side. Make it tall enough to get a lift over on that side. That'd be pretty cool. But that's the disaster I'm dealing with the garage. But now, let's jump over and talk about the new wheel and tire stuff we got on the Honda Odyssey. So we were having a problem with those tires. So those were off Tyler's 2017 Mustang, and they were 255/40. I see that gray hair. They're 255/40 19s, CR 19s. And every time I hit a bump or turn hard, them wheels would, they would rub. Like it cut up the back tires. And two of them were pretty bald, so I needed new new wheel and tires. Not wheel, but new tire setup before winter. And I was scrolling through Marketplace, and I come across these bad boys. Check them out. It's the same exact setup as the black tires, or the wheel. Same exact wheels. Now you can see that somebody, whoever tried to like mount and balance them, they try to put the wrong wheel weights on them. It's like on every tire. Like they just, because these get the sticky mounts on the inside, and somebody tried to put different wheel weights on them. But So these are super nice wheels, much cleaner than the black ones. But they've got a Continental tire on them, and they're pretty much brand new. The guy I bought them from said they have like 10,000 miles on them, which really ain't nothing for these. Super clean. But the difference between these, instead of it being a 255, these are they're a 245 4019. So I don't think we lost too much of the stance. I think it still looks pretty good. Hold on just a second, I'll flip it. That sun really is killing it. Let me go to the other side. It doesn't look too bad. That sun really is a killer today. But it doesn't look too bad. So I picked these up for $350. And after I looked up the tires, the tires go for 250 bucks a piece. So I got 5 tires because it did come with 1 spare. I've got the spare right there. So for 5 tires and four rims, 350 bucks, and the tires go for 250 a piece. I think it's a pretty good deal. Because looking at new tires, I was like well over $700-800 to $1,000 for anything that'd be decent in the winter, and those was on an hour all seasons. So I think we got a pretty good deal on that. So I'm not going to complain too much. Now, let's get to the last part, the best part, the most American part. Ew. Damn bugs. Them stink bugs are bad in Indiana this year. Why? I don't know. But it's like they just spawn. It's nasty. But anyway, the last part, the best part, the most American part, all the freedom, brother. An update on the Tahoe. So on the last video that we did, I did, if I can get this damn hood open, said that the guy that we got it from, that we traded the Yamaha for, thought that the rear main seal was bad. So I didn't think it was. I took a chance on it because I know that on these LS style engines, well, and even Chevy small blocks in general, on these engines that you have the oil pressure sensor on the back of the engine behind the intake, and if it goes bad, it leaks a lot of oil and it'll run down the back, and it'll look like it's a rear main seal, but it ain't a rear main seal, brother. So I took a chance, my bad. I took a chance and I traded the guy for the bike. And sometimes, guys, you need to trust your intuition, because check this out. So I got my little magnet tray here with all my screws and my bolts and stuff on it. Here is the oil pressure sensor. All right, this is what it is. Now check this out. It's broken. So this little plastic piece is just pressed in here to this fitting, and this is where it broke. So it was just cracked and broken all the way around on this mating surface and just pouring oil out. That's all it was. So there's no need to pull the engine and transmission. So that saves a lot of money. But on the other hand, when you got the intake off on an LS style engine, you know what you need to do? You need to get in there and replace them knock sensors. Because you got the intake off, just pull the knock plate off, the valley cover, whatever, and replace them knock sensors. So this one looks like it's seen some better days. But on the other one here, this one looks like it was replaced not too long ago. That looks pretty, I mean, it's not brand new, but it looks like it was replaced. So I'm not sure why you'd replace one and not both of them, but I don't know. Give you a little glimpse of the engine there. So I just gotta order parts for that. I haven't ordered them yet. Works, like I said, work's been kind of slow. We've had a week off the end of every month, so that's kind of hurting a little bit. It's like losing $1,000 a month. You think about it. So we make pretty good money every week working in the RVs. And you take a week off, and it kind of hurts the pocketbook a little bit. So I really gotta be strict on my budgeting and be careful where I'm putting money. 'Cause, you know, I'm not seeing any money from YouTube yet or any of the social media platforms. So I really got to be careful where my budget's going and where I'm spending money at. So eventually I will get the parts ordered for this so we can make more content with this and get this up and running. And when I do get the parts, I'll make some content putting it back together and firing it up and make sure there's no oil. But the dead giveaway for this, that it wasn't the rear main seal, was I pulled the inspection plate. This guy right here, the inspection plate, that'd be in the back of your bell housing. So I pulled that cover, and I had Dad crank the truck over, and there was no oil coming from, coming out of like where the rear main seal is. And there was completely bone dry. There was a little bit of oil in there, but it's probably from oil leaking down from the oil pressure sensor and getting into the bell housing, but there was nothing coming out of the bell housing or like the rear main seal in general. It was all coming down the sides of the bell housing. It was all coming off, would have been the right side because we had it the truck on a ramp. It was kind of one side, but we lowered it, took it off the ramp, and it kind of just sprayed out evenly all across the sides of the bell housing. So to me, that was a dead giveaway. So I pulled the intake, and sure enough, grabbed this sensor. I didn't grab it. Dad grabbed it, and it was broken. So that made, sure enough, you get 60 psi of oil pressure, and this thing's broken like that. That thing's spraying oil, man, spraying oil. So he took a chance. It wasn't the rear main seal, it was the oil pressure sensor. So that saves us a lot of time and money. Because, man, if it would have needed a rear main seal, we would have had to pull the engine out, get it all, everything completely stripped down, pull the engine out. That would have been something that, with the garage being DOA, that's gonna be kind of a pain, because all my tools, all my toolbox are now inside, so that's just a lot of walking. And really, I wouldn't really want to trust putting an engine in there and rebuilding it over winter. So what happens, I'm at work one day and the garage decides to just goes down and my engine's in there. I could have a chopper copper cam, decent heads in there, and they all get smashed by a garage falling down. That's just a waste of money. So I kind of cross our T's and dot our I's the garage lasts, but I'm also thanking the Lord up above that we ain't got to pull the engine to a rear main seal. It was just as simple as oil pressure sensor. So ULS guys, I think you might have a rear main seal blown, and when you're spraying a ton of oil, make sure it ain't this. You look kind of dumb. You pull the engine and trans out, or the trans or the engine or whatever, to do a rear main seal, and it's just an oil pressure sensor. You guys look awfully goofy. But that's kind of my update for now. I'm gonna do my best this week to get 2 videos out this week. So I'll put this one out, and then I'll get something else out this week. Probably working on Skyland's Playhouse, or at this point, I'm really not sure what I'm gonna get out, because I'd love to get Skyland's Playhouse done, but if you look at all this stuff that's still in here in the garage, we still have a lot of stuff to get out of here. So that's really gonna be my main focus this week, is getting garage cleared out. But before I end it, I will take you guys back to the barn and show you guys what I got going on in the barn. So let's head that way. All right, now that we're out here at the barn, give you guys a little rundown on what we got going on out here. So I'm still working on organizing everything, but it's just what do you call it, vanity and countertop took out of a demo job, go propane tank. Got a small block Chevy engine run stand back here. It's the old KZ 650. She's doing a lovely job being a shelf right now. Got some TH350 cores, boat engine. Of Of course, you got the tractor and Skyland's cars. But I just got these cabinets. Dad gave me these. So those are upper cabinets. We gotta get some 2x up and get them hung. Got some base cabinets and countertop. Got more base right there. Need to get a top for that. Tools, Skyland's roof to the playhouse. We are still working on the playhouse. We got to get that done, but things have just been busy. Miscellaneous tools hanging up there. Tile saw, miscellaneous tools there. So this is what we got going on in the barn. I got to keep on working on organizing it. We're not quite done here yet. Things looking clean. I said I was gonna ride this thing a lot more this season and never really did. But all right guys, that'll about do it for this episode of chaos or destruction or whatever you want to call it, because almost everything's broken and blown up. Well, not blown up, but broken, I guess. Garage broke, Tahoe's broke, the old wheels on the Odyssey broke, I'm broke. So help a brother out, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, do whatever. Help me get to that 1,000, road to 1,000. Let's get it. Peace.